Hello's early. Hello! Oh, I guess ad's playing. Alright. Hello, everyone! And welcome to more... Completely run out of jokes for the name of this game. I think I've hit rock bottom. So I was about to say Dragon Grandma again, which is just slightly different to Dragon Grandpa, which is just slightly different to Dang It Grandpa, which is the most well-known one. So, you know, yeah, completely scraping the bottom of the barrel now. Oh boy, I just started speaking and I feel lightheaded. I'm tired. And man, it's my face showing it. I do not look great today. That's what... And doing what I do will get you. As in... not sleeping enough. But hey, it's fine. How's everyone else doing? We're streaming. We're gonna start memeing. Man. Oh boy. How long's the ad, by the way? Is it a 30-second ad? Sleep is important, I agree. I've just been struggling lately. But I'm a big fan of sleep. I mean, like, I think I mentioned it once before. I did like a bunch of research on the concept and the science of sleep. 40 hours of sleep? 40 hours of sleep? Is that what we're talking about? I wish. But, I don't know, I did a lot of research on sleep last year and the year before that. Yeah, 40 hours of ads. Oh, okay, that's gonna get me some good revenue. Oh, should we just hop in? I don't know. Presumably I don't want to start the trial until, like, everyone who wants to be here is here, you know? Like Barbas. Oh wait, Barbas isn't gonna be here because he's with his girlfriend. It's fine. Did I set the cheat code? I didn't, right? Because I decided that would be, like, super unfair if the time limit doesn't decrease. That seems like it's just too easy. I like shooting things, weirdly enough. But I am. Oh, what's up, Barbas? What are you doing here? I thought you were with your girlfriend. Looking for a boyfriend. I see that.
Now
That's a pleasant surprise.
Let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Also messed around with the audio a little bit, so hopefully it sounds better, but let me know. I don't know, maybe it won't even be noticeable. Oh, okay.
During the class trial,
as we always do.
you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Man, I'm still not super happy about the whole Byakuya not being actually Byakuya thing.
Then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
I do like this location
punish
though.
everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Yes. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? Besides me, I mean. Oh, Monami, what are you doing today?
Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
I need to refine my Monokuma voice because it's been a while since I've done like actual work on it, and I've just been kind of going back to like my default settings on it recently, and it feels like it's lost a lot of its accuracy and sharpness that it started out with. I need to just take a bit to really hone in on it and get it right.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Because like listening to the actual voice actors, like it's very good. It's it's a precise performance. And I feel like I could lock into it. Whoa, jeez. Wow. Wow. She's taking it like a champ.
One more time!
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get a little montage of all his attacks, all the classics.
How about this one?
Not your million, quadrillion bullet punch showdown time! Ora! I'm personally better at the muda, doing the muda, like the actual syllable is easier for me to repeat.
It's useless.
Yeah, it is. I was just saying the mood is easier for me, and then he's like, it's useless. Good JoJo reference. I don't know if it was intentional. It must have been, because like, that's not the smoothest word choice. We'll go. This is Barbas right now, though.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Indeed. What's
The
gonna
victim
happen?
This time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Yes, I still think he might be doing that.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
I'm sure Monokuma
If
knows.
he was killed
Does
for
he?
trying to
I don't know.
reveal
Monokuma
the
acted a little weirdly when we found the body. Because he forced a Monokuma theater to happen for no reason.
That traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Seems obvious.
No, that might not be it.
Okay.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Well, I guess the seeds of doubt have been sown.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
I think he's too dumb. But maybe he's been sabotaging all the trials by being dumb.
Now
So who
that's
knows?
more like it. Why don't you guys
Traitor
hurry
talk
and
begins.
start arguing already?
Yeah. We didn't get much of that last game because we knew who the traitor was not that long into it. Yeah, it was chapter 4. And also, they didn't actually know that there was a traitor among them necessarily until... I don't remember when. Maybe the real traitor is the friends we made along the way, exactly. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito. It's here, right? Oh, Gundams look so cool. Oh, the X on it looks so good. Man, that's... I love it. I miss Gundam so much. Are they the same person? Ooh, the killer and the traitor? Yeah. Or... yeah, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure. Torture wounds, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushie, Monokuma panels, oil lighter, and Monokuma's account. Okay, well, let's see what comes up.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
I have so much
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
focus.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I'm really curious.
So
I've seen his
that's
mouth.
why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
Oh yeah,
The bomb's hiding place.
bomb's hiding place.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
Interesting.
I found it by coincidence.
Oh boy.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
We have a lot of truth cores. I think I should read through them. Both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. I think this was the survival knife. A survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military. It's from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. Are we assuming it was suicide or what? I can't remember our decision. I'm not assuming anything. I never assume. I'm very smart. I've been so wrong in so many of these trials so many times. I think it's definitely a possibility. I'm 100% not ruling it out. But we'll see. Makes assume out of ass and moo. Yeah, exactly. That's how the saying goes. What else was there? Duct tape. Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why would they torture him for the... oh, okay, well, there's the problem. They wouldn't torture him... they wouldn't torture him for the answer if they covered his mouth. Why did the killer torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Gotcha.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
We have a good
Because
mix
the
of
killer
difficulty.
tortured Nagito.
Okay, keep talking,
So that's why he was so beat up.
keep talking, keep talking.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
Am I supposed to...
The bomb's hiding place.
am I supposed to shoot the torture one because of the duct tape? You could just torture him out of, like, sadism.
First.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
You probably did. I don't know if I have
There's
evidence
no
of
way
that.
I'd torture someone.
What was Monokuma's account? Forget now. Oh yeah, I don't know if Barbara's got to see. But, oh boy. Anyway. Can't remember now what happened last stream and what didn't. There's the Monokuma plushie. What was I looking for here? Monokuma's account. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake, however, he apparently never revealed that fact to anyone. The ultimate Yakuza, yeah. No, I don't think it's the best pet at all. I was like tempted to check the wiki for like what evolutions you get for the
Killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
pets, depending on what you
I'm
do
telling
or what
you,
the
they were
triggers are for it.
torturing him.
But I feel like I still have some
reason Nagito's body was
discovery
covered
to
with
do on my own.
wounds.
You know, exploration.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
There we go. Why would they?
No, that's wrong.
I wouldn't necessarily say you can't torture someone if you're not looking for an answer. You can still just be torturing them for like sadistic
But
reasons.
Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape.
But I get what the
He
reasoning
wouldn't
is
have been
here.
able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Am I slurping too loudly? Oh wow, that was... Jeez, I didn't even get a chance. Huh. Kazuichi's bringing the heat
I
this
just realized
trial, apparently.
It's a trap.
Okay.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime.
You're not allowed to call them that.
That trap.
Stupid Hajime. Stupid. I'm gonna look stupid when I mess up this because I've been bad at it recently. Torture wounds, burned rope, duct tape, a spear of gunner, oil lighter. I'm gonna still stick with the duct tape because he's probably gonna bring up the... He's probably gonna bring up... Stupid. Yeah. He's probably gonna bring up the blood, and I'm gonna have to point out that the blood is underneath it.
Like you
So we'll
said,
see.
if Nagito's mouth was, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
There we go. I'm mashing as hard as I can, man. There we go.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured and got
Yeah.
information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
There it is.
Allow me to cut through those words!
I even predicted what his argument was going to be. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I'm very tired today.
No. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
But I discovered this weird ability in high school. It's kind of like a warlock ability, right? You know how warlocks can like, I think in games and most portrayals they like give up part of their life and their health in order to do like really crazy spells. I just get more energy by sacrificing the quality of my skin all of a sudden. Like it just immediately gets worse, but then I have more energy for the rest of the day.
what did you say?
The remainder of the day at that point, because I probably would have been up for a long time. Yeah, I just get more pimples all of a sudden. That's how I do it.
Cares about the duct
I just
tape.
suddenly get more pimples.
Might as well
And then
settle
suddenly I
this with
feel
rock,
better
paper,
for some reason.
scissors.
That's how it goes. Immediately, my acne gets worse, and then I'm back. I'm scared of Josh. It's not intentional. I'm joking, obviously, but
We don't need to play a game. It's
Yeah.
clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
I've like looked into skin stuff a lot before. He might hex me. I'm a hex girl. Am I? Is that a reference that only I would get in this audience, or is that old enough for people to everyone to know? I don't know. But I'm joking, of course. But I have noticed like the worst cause of my skin like getting worse is just lack of sleep or getting less sleep, and the best way to help it is for me to sleep more. But unfortunately, I don't get to do that as often as I'd like to.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Like, I've looked at diet, I've looked at habits, I've looked at basically everything under the sun. Sleep just does it. It's the pivotal element. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were
I'm gonna stop talking
when I
about that
peeled
now.
the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right?
I don't want to hear any of this, fair enough. Yeah.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his
Yeah.
face came from his arm wounds.
I don't know why I started talking about that anyway. Thought it'd be funny.
Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
So I guess I did know at the end. But let's just
And the
keep going.
duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth.
Yeah, like he was screaming,
He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
if you say so.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream.
Chiaki's the new smartest member of this team anyway.
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
If you say so.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
I think everyone did.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it was him trying to prove that he had absolute hope. It's another reason.
If so,
He did hate himself for a
freaking
while.
Crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
I will point out that the craftiest or the craftiest person among us was Nagito.
If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that
Warehouse fire
whole
was
conversation about
destroying
skin and stuff made
evidence?
everyone uncomfortable. It's just something I have to deal with. And so I thought I'd explain it away at least if I was looking worse than usual.
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
I think the general intelligence of DR2 people's close to average. DR1 had extremes like Kyoko, who knew everything, and Byakuya, who knew most of everything, and Yasuhiro, where literally waited for him to speak, then objected. That's fair. Yeah, I think this is closer to at least I think this is a higher average, actually, in total. Because you also had Hina in the last group, and Toko was never helpful. I feel like Toko's talent was completely useless, and they just sidelined it for Genocide Jill anyway.
When
yeah.
the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I also, well, yeah. Kazuichi, even though he makes a lot of wrong points, at least he tries to have reasoning behind it and stuff. I don't know. Kazuichi is probably the closest to a Yasuhiro in this game, even though he has like actual talent outside of, like an actual useful talent outside of the trials and stuff. Still talks like an idiot. But yeah, no, I think overall we have quite a decent weight. I mean, we also have Akane, to be fair. Akane hasn't really said a lot of useful stuff. But yeah, I think it's better. I don't know. We have 2 bad examples left in the group at the moment. But 3 pretty good examples. Kotacho is smarter than Makoto for sure. Ryuhiko is definitely like a good average contender or above average contender at least. And obviously Chiaki is probably the smartest in the group, but even she's not like Kyoko levels or Nagito levels. So yeah, it's probably fine. It feels quite organic. Way above average. Well, yeah, no, I think that's fair. But he just gets a lot of stuff wrong in the end, I suppose, which is fine. I just can't rely on him for like plot details. He is. I'm thinking back to chapter 2 now. He gave a lot of good points actually. He's definitely smarter than average for sure.
And right after I opened the
So yeah,
warehouse,
I retract my previous
flames
statement.
started burning from the very back.
Almost like it set up a chain reaction.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
It's plausible, but then you'd be wrong as well.
Killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
What if it was Mini Maru?
Even if it
Back
was
with a
only
vengeance.
coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
It wasn't
Based on the pattern
too
up
perfect.
until
It was.
now,
It's just triggered. I'm pretty sure. I feel like we'll get to this point very soon.
we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Excuse me. The pattern up till now is that everyone is insanely clever when they come to the actual murder. Yeah, she does have strong senses. I'll definitely admit that. I don't know about the gut feelings often being right, but I mean, she's like got a good instinct. Yeah. I don't know if I entirely agree with that, but I think that's a fair assessment anyway.
Some kind of setup?
I don't know how Sonia was just like guessing, assuming, well, looking at the previous cases where everybody else has suddenly gained like 100 IQ points when setting up the murder, this person probably also set it up in a really obscure way.
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
Yeah.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Is Sonia amazingly high? I didn't exactly rank her, did I?
Alrighty then.
When I was
Let's
doing
think about
everyone's
this
rankings.
based on what Miss
Sonia
Sonia
is
thinks.
higher than average. I don't
Miss Sonia?
think she's... Is she higher or lower than Fuyuhiko? There's a question. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay?
Right it is.
The dead average? I've put her slightly above. Slightly above. Sometimes she speaks a lot of good sense. The reason for the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear that up first. She doesn't often say statements that are clearly wrong, which I think everyone has a few of those. But in terms of this group, she's in the middle for sure. We have oil lighter, Monokuma panels. I think this is gonna come up.
The direct cause of the fire was
She does good thinking
oil lighter
sometimes.
found at the crime scene, right?
Just the direct cause, sure.
The killer used some kind of setup.
Come on.
He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Oh wow, this is a small one. No, it's just dot dot dot.
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
That's not right.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter,
Clatter, clatter, clatter,
it can
clatter,
stand
clatter.
upright while the flame is lit.
That was a clue, I think.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way,
Clatter, 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 clatter. I
ignited
can't
the
shoot those at all.
Some way?
Yeah, I like this. Can I shoot it with the Monokuma panel switch?
Invisible thread.
No. But I like how it looks like she's holding that.
tip it over with sound waves.
No, I didn't read that soon
Or
enough.
perhaps opening the door caused.
Maybe? Yeah,
I agree with that.
I didn't need to hear the rest. Oh, okay.
I also agree that
I
opening the door is what
haven't
started
been
the fire.
paying enough attention to say for sure whether that's true or false. On Sonia often saying wrong things. But we'll see.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
What does that even mean?
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
I wonder what would have come after that if I'd let it play out. But I feel like I've been talking a lot, so let's make some progress in the
tipped over
trial.
Monokuma panels were
Speedrun.
found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line.
Yeah,
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
yeah. I wonder if they scattered the other ones to make it seem like it wasn't in a line, but it was just like so obvious and they didn't have time to make it seem more random.
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino
Yeah.
effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
What do you mean kids play with?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
The thing that really, this is gonna be a weird reference, but the thing that like made me think about dominoes a lot was this one scene for a long time when I was younger, I was like obsessed with dominoes in a way. There was a scene in the DreamWorks movie Robots, where I think it's Dreamworld. Is that a Big World? Is that whatever his name is? Kids in 2011 love dominoes. 2011, how old was I? 10? Yeah, 10. But what I was gonna say was, it's specifically the scene in Robots, where I think his name is Big World, and he like tips it over, and it causes this absolute tsunami of dominoes. And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And I wanted to make cool effects with dominoes for a while, but I never did because I never had enough dominoes nor enough intelligence. But yeah, I think everyone loves
Opened the
dominoes.
warehouse
They're
door.
cool.
The first panel toppled into the second.
Something weirdly satisfying. It's almost like doing magic because you do something here and then it happens like way over there. Like it has an effect in the distance, so I feel like that's some of the allure of it. Like it's kind of like magic, like casting a spell. This is a nice diagram. Can I save this diagram, please? So when we when we open the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
And from there,
Yeah.
they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
Okay.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know. Either way, we didn't notice it.
And one more thing.
Yeah, that's also true.
There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Sometimes puzzles are fun to solve in this game. Say the Spire? Oh yeah, I guess that does have a lot of like, sort of the gameplay loop is kind of like figuring out the optimal thing in each turn, right? Which is kind of like a puzzle in itself. To hide the domino effect. The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Scattered them? The MP3 player? So that we wouldn't hear the clatter, clatter, clatter? I'll try it.
I see!
Yeah. I didn't actually think about that until now.
You were talking about the MP3 player, right?
Wasn't it playing some like crazy music? Like some really creepy, but almost like ominous and majestic choir noises? Choir noises? Is that what I'm calling music now? Is that what I'm calling chorus?
That
Oh, well.
hymn blaring throughout the warehouse.
Latin
That's
choir.
the sound of the falling panels.
Oh, there it is. Crazy. It's so dissonant as well, but they sound like MIDI files, which is a little sad, but hey, it's fine. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. I think that still stays within like the musical aesthetic of the game though, which is like very electronic, so using MIDI voices is fine. I'm not sure if it's MIDI, I'm just guessing. From the sound of it, it seems that way to me. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing stuff? Can it be... Can it even be MIDI if it's got specific syllables? I don't know. I haven't composed music at like a level like this before, so I'm not sure. Probably better to assume that it isn't MIDI anyway. It just sounds very strict. It's like articulation and its timing. Anyway, I think it's cool. Now I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started. Nagito confirmed goth. Is this what goth would listen to? I don't
So
know.
the strange sound.
I'm so lost when it comes to what
actually the
goth actually
sound of the
means,
panels
to be honest.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
I think that's right though. I think that's the correct use of goth. It comes from like Gothicism. Is that what it's called? Like Gothic architecture and stuff like that? I don't know. But that sounds the only strange thing, right? It weren't the
Looking
only
back
strange
on
thing.
It was also strange when we opened the door to the...
I'm rambling so much today. I finished writing 3 essays and did a calculus exam. I'm out of brain cells. It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Art or literature? Yeah. Tie this back to weirdly back to Danganronpa, please do. I think that'll be cool. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, I kind of brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Ah, it's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. No, I knew it, it's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? I kinda ignored their protest and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. I was about to say magic kick. Bam.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Yeah.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time,
This is double bluff?
Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
Maybe there's something else blocking it.
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the
Oh
only
yeah,
entrance
how'd
to
they
the
set it up?
warehouse.
Maybe Nagito definitely did do it. If that door is the only entrance to the warehouse. See, so the problem Chiaki's talking about is that we couldn't see inside, they could have hidden inside, the killer couldn't have left. I couldn't take any merch. We couldn't take any merch, guys.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Maybe they were, in plain sight. I just hit
We
the
were
desk.
all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was
I
used.
think you said that before.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Nagito, huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, it's murder.
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. Gothic literature was said to be started with the light novel, The Castle of Otranto. It would later be the inspiration for Dracula. This book was written by Horace Walpole, son of England's first Prime Minister, at a place full of Gothic architecture. The Gothic architecture clearly influenced the book. And to link it back to Danganronpa, that place was called Strawberry Hall. Ah, that is a weird and cool link. And I also love learning about literature, because that's like it's one of the things I care about studying. Calculus is not. Person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Yep, select someone. Which way is Foster? I feel like, is he right across from us? He kind of is. It's mon ami. No, I'm joking. Nagito.
This is my answer.
What if it was Nagito?
Yeah, what if...
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
I think it's someone's birthday in the neighborhood and they're having like a party and a braai. They were making a lot of noise earlier. Man, I can smell cooking meat and I'm really hungry now. Yeah. Been to the IRL Strawberry Hole, it's gorgeous. I could talk for a solid hour about it.
He wasn't just the victim.
I think architecture is beautiful and it's kind of, we often take it for granted that someone has to build that and it also has to like stay supported throughout its years and use. Definitely something I don't think I could ever do, but man, hats off to anyone who can.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
Meat smells really good. It's mostly the like sauce that I can smell cooking. You know when like the sauce near fire
And he was the
and it starts like
perpetrator, too.
becoming syrup, like caramelizing. You can smell that. Yeah. Yeah. Games inspired by gothic stuff can really pull off a cool aesthetic. Yeah. I think that about old people that has to stay built and just be supported for years. Fair enough. Yeah.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
Is that reflective?
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did
I'm
you
so
already
distracted by
forget?
the smell. I'm gonna have to put it out of my head now. Yeah, I think he could have done it to himself, sure.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
Yeah, possibly.
But
No way.
Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Oh, he would definitely do something like that.
That's
But I
not
don't know
the
if he
issue.
did this
was
time,
tied up,
but-
remember?
Definitely would.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
And then he was like, what?
Need to discuss?
Just for the lols? I mean, we're talking about Nagito, Mr. Absolute
That's not
Hope.
necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
He technically had a hand free. Kind of, in a way. Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. So we're gonna go into this one. Torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, duct tape. I'm gonna look at the burnt rope, I think, but we'll see.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Type the right hand, type the
That's
left hand.
obviously impossible.
Arms and legs. I
Tying
mean,
just
one of
the
them
legs is
wasn't.
one thing, but
One of them wasn't.
tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
But Nagito was, he tied himself up.
Use your teeth.
Use your teeth? No, his mouth was covered.
Front tail.
Front tail. Excuse, take off. What? Dirty joke. Is that a dirty joke? Wow. If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up. That's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
I'm gonna go with.
Obviously impossible.
Tying just the
What does the burned rope actually say? The rope that was tied to Nagito's right arm burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean, as if it wasn't actually
tying both arms would.
You couldn't
near
do
the
much with-
fire. So yeah, I don't think.
Or if you use your
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Dirty joke. I love it. The sped up voices are great. It's in this trial, by the way. He goes silly line. Oh, okay. Warn me when it comes up, and I won't skip past it. If our assumption is right, okay. So we're gonna go with this one.
Tie up your own arms.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, we haven't had any mistakes this trial yet. I've jinxed it now.
Hold
Now
on
it's
a
gonna
second.
happen for
Isn't
sure.
that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
Arm and leg.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Yeah, you can't.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Was it though?
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might.
What? Oh no.
but that was part of the trap.
Mini Mario isn't in this one though,
Evidence that proves
unfortunately. Proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. The lighter, the knife in his right sleeve.
I see.
There you go, because it wasn't burnt.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
With this picture I have? I don't know. How do they present evidence in this?
Even
No one took a photo.
his
Anyway,
sleeve wasn't burned
I'm
at
sure
all.
Monokuma's providing all of it.
A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is
How
unnatural.
was me composed? In the sky. In space, she was just T-posing.
That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right?
I wonder if,
Able to move it freely, right?
like, Mikan reignited, as I'll call her, you know, with her new personality. I wonder if she was just as much of a klutz. Who knows?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Why?
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
It's pragmatic advice. That's just not the objection I would raise
That's
for sure.
definitely wrong.
Oh, for you, he goes like, no, you have to let them do for free, but then they owe you a favor.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
Tell him, Sonia. Yeah, capitalism, am I right?
That's not what
yeah.
I meant. I'm talking about Nagi.
It's entrepreneurship. It's not prostitution, it's entrepreneurship.
I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
I've always wondered what was actually, like, why prostitution was illegal. And I think the best argument you can make for it is that people are forced into it, and that, the way that destroys their lives, should be illegal. But the actual act itself, this is a weird topic to think about. Let's move on.
It's impossible to
It's
stab
very unrelated to this game, so let's just keep focused on the trial for now.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Wait, why did you give us money? Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
What does that mean? Hold on.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Why did you give him money? A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't even think about it from that angle. I mean, no, that's not quite what I meant to say. I mean, I forgot about male prostitutes as well. And there's definitely an answer for this. It's like, are they as popular? This is a weird thing to come in on. Hello, Neo Man. We were talking about strange topic. So I kind of got confused and thought she paid Hajime to feel her up. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange situation. I agree. I think he might have just like rammed his hand into it. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that is a very correct point. Should I have the survival knife on hand?
Even if not,
Also religion?
right
Oh, yeah,
hand was
there.
free.
There's also that.
How
I think it was
could he stab
also.
his right hand with his right hand.
I think also the practice was
He
like
threw the
popular
knife
for
into
gay
the
men
air.
when
And let the knife
homosexuality was illegal.
Could he stab his
For
hand
them
that
to,
way?
you know, express themselves.
Is he a
but I don't know.
knife expert?
So there's probably a lot of historical stuff
Maybe
to
he
think
propped
about.
the knife
What
somehow
an interesting topic, but not
and
so much for
slammed his
stream.
right hand down on it?
That seems like a good idea. What does the survival knife actually say? Okay, we'll hear it. I missed it this time, but we'll listen again. A survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on the Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. Okay. What else do I have?
Propped it onto what?
Hmm.
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If
do you
you're
mean?
tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Bend that easily.
We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Give me back that Benjamin. Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm. Then how did he do it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
Yeah, let's hear the line.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
With his right hand.
The knife into the air.
He sounds so
Let
like
the knife fall. all.
He's done with everything.
That way?
Blood on the girder. No.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed
Not
his right
sure.
hand down on it?
What do the torture runes say? Hey, Creepypasta664, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Okay. What else do I have?
Propped it onto what? If he just propped the knife,
I haven't been paying attention to this very closely.
Hand.
This
If
specific
you're tied
point.
up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
What did it say his... Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it? But could
Even
he
if
only? Did it in the torture wounds, it says both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope and each rope was tied to nearby pillars which prevented him from moving. But it doesn't say anything about his left... It doesn't say anything about his left hand. Maybe it does here. Blood was splattered onto the palm of Nagito's left hand. For some reason the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm. Also the back of his hand has an unnatural blood stain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. What else do I have? Burned rope, survival knife,
How could he
lighter.
stab his right hand
These two
with his
are
right
good
hand?
uses. Blood on girder is
If he
not
threw the
that
knife
great
into
right
the
now.
air and
The
let the knife
Monokuma
fall.
plushie. The Monokuma plushie. A life-size Monokuma plushie that was found on the floor near the fire's origin point. It has a huge bloody hole in its stomach as if it was stabbed. No, I don't think this is the thing that he used to pop the knife. Maybe. Maybe, but not sure. You could give it a go. What else do I have again?
Could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert?
Wow, someone stabbed the
Maybe
plushie.
he
Yeah.
propped the knife somehow?
I think this is...
And slammed his
Yeah.
right hand down on it?
I'll try that. What a hate
Propped
crime.
it onto
Yeah.
what?
If he just propped, he could have used his bound.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
We can suggest... We can suggest the Monokuma plushie for sure, I think.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free.
Where's the suggest button? Where I have no commitments.
With his right
Like I don't lose influence.
If he threw the knife into the air,
But hey, this
and
might
let
be the first
knife
mistake.
fall,
No, that's not
could
what
he stab
happened.
his hand that way?
No, that's not what happened.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Definitely not. I don't have much
Maybe
time
he
left.
propped the knife somehow?
Yeah, okay.
I agree with that.
Never mind. I like her. I love Chiaki's little hair clip as well.
A life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Perhaps, yes.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
You could have just prepared it and put the knife in there.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
Sure.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
Yeah, the Galaga pin. I was afraid to say what it actually was. I thought it might have been Asteroid, but yeah, because my knowledge of retro games is sometimes limited, because I haven't played many.
So the
Yeah,
blood on the
it's a cool
plushie
one.
came from
And I like
Nagito
the-
after he
that
stabbed
it's
the
like
knife into his
8-bit
own right
stuff.
hand.
Is it 8-bit? Yeah, it's 8-bit. So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand. Yeah.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment,
That's the
I
trick.
seriously
Indeed.
thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
That doesn't sound very scary.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
Yeah. Nagito, seconds after stabbing his own hand
Incinerate it and destroy the
and
evidence.
himself several times. I probably thought the fire would incinerate it.
So
Okay.
what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, what do you think now,
I get
Fuyuhiko?
what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
Yeah?
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear.
I do have an answer for that at least. But I feel like we're doing all of this and we're gonna be wrong.
By the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
What I suspect is that Nagito might have been planning to do this the whole time, but someone came in and stole the thunder and like just took his whole setup and made it worse, or tweaked it so that he had to be killed. Because it feels like we're wrapping this up really quickly if we're just saying, oh yeah, it was a suicide, this is how he did it. And I feel like the structure of the cases so far would lead me to believe, yeah, he planned to do it that way. But maybe something went wrong and someone else just killed him. Maybe he didn't actually plan to die or something, I don't know. There was also the whole poison in his room thing, which we haven't explored yet at all. And I don't see how that's gonna come up. Yeah, should have been the last thing to happen.
How is that possible?
It's not that difficult to comprehend though.
He
This
can't grab
point's
the spear
pretty
with his
easy
right
too.
hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Ah, but it's fine.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
Jeez, no way.
There is a limit to his constitution.
No, well, I mean, yeah, he did stab himself several times in the legs and the arm, and then stabbed his hand.
If you
Which is
got
pretty impressive by
penetrated something
itself.
so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke? Yeah, Kazuichi's making that face.
Sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Damn it, Kazuichi.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Jeez. Kazuichi, your friend is dead! So many of your friends are dead!
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Constitution stat at 20, yeah.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
But...
Saying it's impossible.
no.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
Fair enough.
I
Well, we'll see about
agree
that.
with that.
Sonia, I'm still so suspicious of you. You've been so suspicious this chapter, and we saw a robot that looked like you. Being assembled.
To think that one of us could kill someone with
Cheer.
such cruelty. I could never believe that.
Oh boy, I'm getting my terms mixed up. I was about to say Reploid, but then I thought it might be Replicant. What's the one from Blade Runner? They think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty. I could never believe that. Replicant's from Nier for sure.
Say you can't believe it?
But is Reploid the one
Just
from
don't want to believe
Blade
it,
Runner? I think
right?
it is.
But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
I guess, yeah. That's a good point.
Shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Is that the first line Monami has said this? No, maybe it's the second line that she said
If
this
you
whole
even
thing.
think about doing
This whole
anything,
trial.
I have a plan of my own.
Where did she get that stool?
Monami sassing me.
Yeah. Barbus is cheering her on, I'm guessing.
But it's just as
Terminators.
Monokuma said.
Ah, yes, classic.
We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this
Yeah?
might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Too convenient? I guess only because of the
Is it
door
still
thing.
Among Us,
We'll see.
Kazuichi?
Did she say Among Us?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Oh yeah, of course.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed.
Yeah?
But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
And that's a real gamer mindset.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
Isn't this just what every person who plays a healer or a support class in like a team-based game says? Just like this, just take all of Chiaki's monologue right now.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Oh, I'm accidentally going to pull my microphone down if I play with this headset cord.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
Yeah, it's just too convenient. It's like it's set up to make us think it was a suicide from the get-go. But yeah, no, I still think it's a double twist.
I did
Perhaps.
say difficult, but I never said impossible.
She's played all the game difficulties and she knows that there's a difference between those two. Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
I know what it is.
What kind of way?
The speary way. What do you want us to say to that, Kazuichi?
I don't know.
What type of could you give us multiple choice for what you're expecting?
You don't know.
What kind of way? You know, the get out of my way type way, you know?
It's impossible to figure out by myself.
What is, I
So
don't know.
let's think about it together.
Spearmint. Spearmint flavor. There you go. Where is my mind today?
That's how.
With my feet in the air and my head on the ground.
Everyone working together.
Yes, let's all hop inside Hajime's brain and skateboard. And please don't do the other one. She's right, we've made it through several ordeals up to now by doing that. And even now.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, we're just doing non-stop debate. That's fine. That's actually collaborative. That's fine.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's
Blood on
work
left
together
hand.
and think this through.
That was very touching. Leave it to Lord Kazuichi Soda. No. You own no land.
Right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Was it covered? Right hand
He
was
was
covered.
only able to move his left hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, it doesn't.
If that's the case, the only other way is...
No, the blood on the left hand does not rule it out. Use his teeth?
Or maybe
No, because of the duct tape.
tail.
Stop saying the front tail.
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
Why are we going on this whole tangent in the middle of this whole thing?
Freaking awesome!
Wow. Kazuichi. If Nagito committed suicide, then we must have... Let's just appreciate the fact that in the same conversation where we're talking about how a man committed suicide, a good friend of the... Well, say a good friend. A friend of these people, or an acquaintance at least, stabbed himself with a spear after repeatedly stabbing his legs and arm. And the writers thought, this is where we do a dirty joke across 3 different characters. If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used that spear to stab himself. I mean, they've totally successfully normalized child death in this game. I'll say that much. Even if his arms and legs were tied up, there's no doubt he used some part of his body. The only thing he could have used is his left hand. I'm gonna just double check my truth bullet. Blood was splattered on the palm of Nagito's left hand. For some reason, the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm and also the back of his left hand has an unnatural blood stain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. It's a mechanic. Interesting.
Let's work together and think this through.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot these words while you say
Spear
that.
stabbed Nagito. His right hand was covered by the knife,
I don't
right?
have a problem with that. I don't have a problem
He was
with
only
what you're
able to
saying
move his left...
there. But you, on the other hand,
But his left hand was also tied up.
maybe not you though. Who was it
Then
that said it?
rules out his left hand.
Oh, come on. Damn it.
If that's the case, the only other way...
No, what? What do you mean?
He used his teeth?
Or maybe
That hitbox was still on screen.
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking
That
awesome!
hitbox was still on screen. It's fine. We'll get it next time.
Let's work together. When the spear stuck, his right hand was.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
And that
going.
rules out his left hand.
There we
If
go.
that's the case,
The only other way is...
Huh?
He used his teeth?
Huh?
maybe he used his front tail.
What happened there?
I know guys have tail.
Oh well.
Blushing Miss Sonia is...
One more time?
How did
Huh?
Let's work together. When the spear stuck, his right hand was.
We saw the words go through that, didn't we?
hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that
I
rules
mean-
out his left hand.
The sections aren't as
No.
clear cut in this version. It looks like I shot the user interface. Weird. I saw them go strictly
Still
through
too
the thing,
early
but
to
alright.
dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Yeah, but alright.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me.
But there was something
Those
off
tricky,
about his
tricky eyes.
left. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off.
As if he
right?
was pulling a fist.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That's not how that
That
works.
settles the description of that blood stain. But it's not the only unnatural blood stain. Look,
Use the spot dodge?
there's blood
Maybe.
on the back of his hand,
Maybe they were
on the middle joints of his fingers.
wave dashing. No, I just couldn't hit them. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand around the middle joints
Like
of
you
his finger.
said, it looks like an unnatural blood stain, but what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with a little unnatural blood stain?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Oh, is that? Oh, please don't tell me. Is it Logic Dive? Please be Logic Dive and not Hangman's Gambit.
If there's blood on his
Okay.
palm
Phew.
and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Okay, it's just a question, that's fine. What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Gripping. Open. What was it doing? It was open. It was doing open. The back of his hand was exposed. Gripping.
I see.
Hiding. His hand was hiding. Ooh, can't find me.
He was probably gripping with his left hand.
There we go.
That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Yeah.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Jeez, what is up with this joke making its constant reappearance?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
And that's what she said.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild.
Do you know what? I do find it kind of funny that Akane keeps bringing that up. The idea of Nagito stabbing himself repeatedly and then slashing his arm and then going in for like a cheeky, like quick one, you know, before he dies. Yeah, his left arm is also stabbed.
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
Mild on purpose. Okay, sure.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up
Sure.
left hand, it'd be
Mild on
impossible for
purpose.
him to stab himself.
What I would definitely do if I were trying to create mild wounds is stab myself 20 times in the leg and then slash my arm. Where there are so many. It's not even vein, it's an artery, isn't it? There's a major artery by your leg that can like make you bleed out in seconds. Tied up very far from where his tail would be. It's just, he's just gotta get there with his arm. You know, he's pulling against a pillar to pull against his pillar. Try to keep these streams PG in general. This game makes it so difficult. That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
Jeez. Okay, let's keep going, chat. Hey, Jackie, what do you think?
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always.
Chat's making me
strike from a
uncomfortable.
good angle.
Boys just well
Fixing
hung.
an old TV.
Can we erase this headcanon from existence? And also, if chat's making you uncomfortable, Barbara, I'm gonna start deleting messages. Let's go. Who's getting deleted first? Me threatening mod powers for like the first time in my streaming career. Over a year in. Yeah, very fair response. I agree. But I mean, like, it was a pretty funny joke, and I mean, the game's making the joke for us. You should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it.
Really?
What were they even talking about? I completely lost track of the
Like
conversation.
I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think.
It's no mistake, I think.
However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
This is like when I said exactly about exactly this time. Or this many. I said that in an actual conversation. Which section of the spear was he holding? He was obviously holding the cord.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord.
Yeah.
There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too.
Yeah.
Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut off section about the same size as a human fist?
I like when that drop hits. It's pretty satisfying.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Yeah.
And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
Yeah.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
Because he dropped
Gonna say
it.
he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Would have been a very good, like, toss in that case.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will
Geez,
not
she
be
didn't even
solved
respond, and you were just like completely disheartened. Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. From there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Sure.
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
Huh? It's like a covering in paint. Nagito just had so much blood in him, he erupted. It's basically, yeah. I love bringing up JoJo's, so let's bring up JoJo's for a second. Whenever someone gets hurt in JoJo's, it's a flipping explosion. There's one where it makes no sense, where there's an actual explosion, and then there are just holes in different places, but they're like, the blood is shot outwards, even though the explosion happened in front of them. It's, I don't know, it just makes me love it even more, because it's like so unrealistic that you can just be like, yeah. That makes no sense, but it's part of why I love JoJo's for some reason. I'm not talking specifically about Kira, I'm talking about, without spoilers, tall and short are in a room and there's an explosion. I don't know if that helps. I don't know, maybe that's still even a spoiler, I don't know.
That's a long plan name.
Konopawa! Yeah, that's it. There's a good hint. If you know, you know.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
Isn't that the same thing as what we were trying to figure out anyway?
Positioned.
Konopawa! I like trying to replicate that, what's his actual name? Ono Daisuke's voice. Because I think the Japanese performance for, that character is really good. I suppose now I've gone so far into trying to avoid spoilers that it's become kind of dumb. Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... That's it. Could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to... Oh no, what are we doing? Please not Hangman's Gambit. Please not Hangman's Gambit, please. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Please logic dive, please logic dive, please logic dive, please logic dive. Yes! Okay, but I'm still bad at logic dive, but at least it's fun. At least logic dive is fun. So here I am, feeling all the banner down, down. I should just learn the lyrics to that song. It's called Superman. I should just learn the lyrics to the song so that I can actually sing it whenever this happens without going damn and then I just get reminded of Friends. I'm gonna guess, yeah, this way. Oh boy, that one was close. Okay, cool. We're still good. Okay, first question, I think. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Nagito's left hand, under Nagito, above Nagito. It was above Nagito, obviously. I know where it was. It was strung over the thing. I feel like this trial has been pretty easy to figure out the answers to so far. Not too bad. Oh no, that's a new element. This is a new element. Can I make it past? That's dangerous. Oh boy. I don't like this part at all. Okay, wait. There we go. Okay, hold on. What does this mean? What does this mean for our boy Hajime? Our boy Hajime. Oh boy, that was a trap. Why would they do that? Okay. Slowing down is best in this game. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A ceiling girder, for sure. It was under him. Someone phased through him and killed him. I couldn't actually read that, but I assume that's what that said. Okay, one more question. Okay, come on. Let's be careful. That's definitely what you want to hear from a streamer, right? Exciting stuff happens when you're careful. Very exciting. Oh, Jesus. This part's terrifying to me. No! Man, I didn't want to take any damage. Oh, that one's faking me out. Oh well. There's the end of the perfect run. Okay, final thing. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The rope on Nagito's left hand, the rope on Nagito's right hand, the spear's cord. Was this an all yellow run? Ah! Ah! Okay, well, it's not a perfect run, so it's fine. I just got freaked out by that. Yeah. I did find a way to do logic dive slowly. It was an all yellow run. Sprinklers were also above him, that is true.
It's all coming together.
Of course, the time where I made mistakes was in the action segments. Of course.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face
I am very uncoordinated in general.
perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular. In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself,
Oh well.
did he have
There
some
goes the
sort of
perfect run.
ESP?
That'd be awesome, but
That means especially cool powers.
ceiling girder directly above him.
No, it doesn't. It's extra sensory perception? Yeah.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him.
Yeah. I feel like we discussed this during the actual investigation
If Nagito
anyway.
let go
Like,
of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while
us.
he was laying
not
face up.
the cost. No. You know, once in an English essay, I was called out for using the word cost to describe like the characters in a story. And they were like, just remember that the cast is actually the dramatis personae, and the cast would be the actors playing them. So, you know, from now on, I'm going to say dramatis personae, and you all have to deal with it, I guess. No, I'm joking. But how annoying!
I noticed a
Oh,
slight red
extra
streak on the
psychic
ceiling
pish-posh.
girder.
Yeah. Sorry, I hit the
Probably
table
got
as well.
smeared there during the setup.
Out of pure rage, I hit the table. I noticed a slight red streak. No, it was pink.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So,
I'd love it if the characters just acknowledge that everyone bleeds
Nagito
pink.
could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
Maybe.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like
We'll
that.
see.
If someone
This
else
feels
did
too
it,
easy.
there's
We haven't
no
explored the
reason they
poison
go to
and
all
stuff.
this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I
We
was
don't actually know what the
investigating
cause of
this
death
case,
was.
I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real?
Maybe.
He really committed suicide?
They still haven't said what the cause of death was, so this could have all been done kind of after the fact. Still.
Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
That does seem
Not
possible.
just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Guys, the guy was crazy. Oh, and now we get a picture of that. Isn't that awesome?
Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping
This
that
isn't a
spear,
pleasant
right?
image. Trigger warning as well.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
Yeah, he sounds like terrified of him.
He
Trigger
probably
warning,
covered his
I
own
think.
mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy.
His eyes look
Do that to
crazy in this
himself.
thing.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake.
Maybe. Trying to confuse us even in
Committing a
death.
suicide that looked like a murder. He was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
Maybe. Or maybe this was all what he planned to do and someone came in and piggybacked off it. We'll see.
Was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Maybe.
Want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
We figured it out faster than like any of the other murders apparently. So that's why I'm skeptical. Jeez, now I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. Mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I've forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing
Yeah.
I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't
Whatever
really done that
became
yet.
of that?
He hasn't done that yet.
Probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
I mean, that's true.
So why did he not just do that in
work.
the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick.
Yeah, because he
Split
distracted
up and
us.
search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. They tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
Not sure.
He's a fucking
Maybe.
bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
True.
You...
Well, I mean, he definitely did some messed up stuff. I'm still not entirely convinced that it was actually a suicide. Because we still don't have the cause of death written down.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
But why did you emphasize? Never mind.
Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
But if we get this wrong, then we get executed as well. Don't forget that.
Should be okay, right? Right?
Is Akane using her instincts? Yeah.
What? You're not satisfied yet?
Is Fuyuhiko, does he think suicide is very dishonorable?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. What is it?
It's probably just my imagination.
Now let's hear it. Usually your feelings are good, but your words are bad. I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but I feel so uneasy about it. Suicide's a heavy topic, for one thing. It's because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
Jesus, not even been an hour and a half.
What do you think?
So no way. Yeah, let's
Well,
leave it to Akane,
there's
I
no
think.
doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
Is there a time? Has there been a time where your gut is straight up wrong? You've come to bad conclusions, but I mean, like the root is usually
You're right.
important.
It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Don't have some fun in the on-call room as a high schooler. Yeah, he has a lot of like very strict values and morals for some reason. Hajime looking at a photo of someone with 40 knife wounds, a spear in his chest, a knife in his hand that he was initially friends with, who just betrayed him a lot. Why do I feel so uneasy looking at this photo? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
And it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
No.
Understood. Then voting time.
Chiaki.
No.
Okay, Hajime. Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more.
Are you the traitor, Hajime? Is that the
I
next
can't help
thing?
but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
I mean, there was some stuff that was over, like the poison, namely. That hasn't come up at all, and I feel like
Like who
that
the traitor
might have been
is?
important.
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No
Why
matter
didn't you say that out loud?
Nagito's death is a suicide.
Yeah?
But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally all our lives on the line.
What kind of mystery is left?
There's
Is she
just
talking
one
about the
thing that
poison?
doesn't make sense. And it
No,
relates
okay,
to
probably
Nagito's
not.
death.
I hope the game doesn't crash again. I should save now. Because the game crashed yesterday for the first time, so I'm just gonna save for a second. Because I saw a loading icon and I thought that might have been bad.
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
I'm trying to think what it is. It's something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
What could it have been? Something related to Nagito's death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Not sure. Leon's career? Yeah. Perfect pitching career. Oh, I have 2 minutes. I had 3 minutes to solve this one. It's not the duct tape. It's not the spear. It's not the plushie. It's not the blood in the girder. A lot of them are tipped over. Some of them aren't, though. Might have been that. Found at the fire's origin point. It looks like this is what caused the fire. Maybe. Sony's account was Sony secretly used one of the bombs in the military bases. That's fine. You like this question? Oh. That means I'm probably gonna have a bad time. This hasn't come up yet. Burned rope. Survival. No. Could have chucked it. No. The Monokuma panels, in one area the panels seem to be laying on top of each other in a straight line, orderly, tipped over, were scattered around in the goods warehouse. They were scattered around. That seems like the only thing I can think of. Let's go for it.
Crap!
No, this isn't it. Jackie's worried about something else. Oh, okay. No, something else. Oh, okay, well there goes the perfect stuff that we were building up along the way. It's fine. Some of the perfect stuff. Oh look, it's Kazuichi. Okay. Something that even he can't influence. At least that reset the timer, I think. What does the Monokuma file say? Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm. Not only is there a superior stab in the stomach, there are multiple stabs. Doesn't say what the cause of death is. Piece of death he couldn't have messed with. The Monokuma file did come up afterwards. No. 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 I've already ruled this one out. Oil lighter? The oil lighter, perhaps? I'm thinking. Found at the fire's origin point. It looks like this is what fire. Could you have turned it on and then just left it on the whole time? Is that something you can do? I mean, there might have been a lot of oil in it for sure. Would have been under a small time constraint, but I mean, maybe not. Hey Luma, how are you doing? Or are you just lurking? I'm stuck between the Monokuma file and the oil lighter. Let's go for oil lighter.
Crap!
No, okay. Guess not. I'm losing a lot of health for that as well. Monokuma file? Yeah, Jackie said there's something wrong with the Monokuma file. It didn't specify a cause of death. That's probably what it is. Okay. Hope you're having a good time anyway.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
3 guesses it took me. Oh well.
Huh? There was something suspicious?
And that probably took me to a B. There's no cause of death? Is that what I said the whole time? That's probably what it is, isn't it? Victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration. Sean Connery. There's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. There's a laceration on his left hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chucky is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh no! No! It's the bad game! Cause of death. Got it. It's cause of death. Yeah. Come on, give me a C, give me a C, give me a C. Boy, those came out of nowhere. I don't know where boy, everything else is just this is too busy. How do I get rid of all of them? How do I just get rid of all of them? Please give me a way to get rid of all of them. What is the person's special move? What the heck? Man, this is just too busy for me. It's just so busy. It's just, I can't keep up. I'm gonna take so much damage. This is, man. I'm not having a good time here. Please. I need an A. Just give me, please. This is so busy. Ugh. Yeah, it's just so busy on screen. It literally gives me anxiety. I need an H. Oh, my H is gone. Ugh, makes me feel so bad doing that. And I lose so much life because of it as well.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
I said this from the beginning, to be fair, but I mean, I should have had a little bit more confidence in myself. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds. I should have had more confidence in myself, and then we got to Hangman's Gambit. Yeah, this one, yeah, that was just, felt terrible. There was no enjoyment to be had there. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left hand, and a knife impaled through his right hand. It literally gets worse. Oh, interesting.
Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
You know, I think the first version was harmless. It was boring, but it was harmless. The first one, can we just go back to the first one? It was relatively harmless. I have to make sure that I don't accidentally tip my microphone over because my cords are getting all mixed around. You know.
But
Yeah.
the cause of death is obvious, is it?
Second one more than the third. Oh yeah. I think the first one's, it's fine. You can deal with it. It's perfectly fine. Sometimes the words are bad. That's okay.
The spear and Nagito's
Playable, which is more than you can say for this one.
obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
I feel like that would work well in a mobile game context, and that's
important
it.
enough to write about.
The second version, I mean. The second game's improved Hangman's Gambit.
Well, Monokuma,
There's just so many abbreviations that I don't know. Anyway.
I plead the fifth!
Fifth!
Here he goes again. I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Which means,
Even
okay.
during Gundam's case.
Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh, right.
Case.
Way below both. Oh, interesting.
The thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
are you saying that applies this time too?
What's the S in SDR? Is it Sayonara? Because, I mean, the game is called Goodbye Despair. That is such a leap. Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
Filthy metagamer. Yeah.
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
It's a murder-suicide. I don't know. What is it?
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Nah, he did it to lure out the traitor, didn't he?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
What? Yeah, I don't know what he means either.
Just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily?
That's true.
I mean, this is Nagito we're talking
Self-homicide,
about, you
yeah.
know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in
I guess,
Nagito, huh?
in a terrible way, we do believe in him.
Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice.
I definitely suspect that he's malicious.
I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
With friends like these, who needs enemies?
What friendship?
Yeah, my Monokuma voice not feeling so hot today. I haven't had to do voices today, so it's fine.
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote?
No!
I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
I mean, the odds, I mean, it's just like, the stakes are only our lives. I said odds, I meant stakes.
You were right.
The stakes are only our lives, you know?
Chance to vote after all.
Yeah, there's a really great stream I want to watch after this. And I started watching it beforehand, which was Insane in the Rain Music and Sab Irene ranking all of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 soundtrack in a tier list. I was enjoying that a lot before stream. And now Nagito is keeping me from it, damn it!
Just to be safe.
Truly, this is so much despair. Just to be safe, huh?
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Yeah. Where did your pupil go? Just look at... Looking at his eye, like, here. It's wrong. Where did his pupil go? He looks like a dragon, at best.
This is friggin' annoying.
Oh, okay. Also despair. Yeah. This is freaking annoying.
But if
I
you
agree.
guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come
Yeah.
this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right.
We're gonna bop, 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 bop to the top.
That's what
together.
I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
I feel like Nagito might have, like, haunted Monomi or something.
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
Like, are you guys also getting that weird feeling? Like he's here. All your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. Hajime agrees. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Spectre the whole time. Yeah. That reminds me of a Radiohead song that didn't get used for a movie that didn't deserve it. Which is 007 Spectre. There we go, that's the intermission, so we'll be back on Monday with that. Oh right, we have to do the Monokuma Monomi Theater.
No!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monomi? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monomi and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides, the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my older brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. Oh, I fell for it. I totally took the man bait.
And is that where it ends? What a shocking twist. Yeah, I would like to save my progress. We did a lot today. But I don't want to hear Monomi's theme, please. I don't want to hear it right now. Please, 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 please.
I'm Monomi.
I just... It's so loud. It's just so much.
Danganronpa.
What a line! I just turned to chat and see that pop up. Anyway, that's gonna be it today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a good time. I don't think we'll raid. I'm too tired to raid. I'm too tired to stay in someone's chat and just see what they're doing. I'm gonna probably grab a bite to eat and some more water after this. And you should do the same. Stand up, walk around, stretch out your back, get something to eat, rehydrate, do all those good things. If you've been here the whole time, you've been here for too long. Did we save? Yes, we definitely did. The game forces you to save. I'm sorry, I'm trash. I'll check. Should say, yeah, interrupted. So that's fine. So yeah, we're good. I'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully. And we'll finish off this trial. And probably do some plots as well. Yay! Yeah. You know, I would do it tomorrow, but I mean, it's Sunday. Who wants to watch it stream on Sunday? Spend time with your family or something. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. I'll see you then. I think that's everything. Yeah. See you next time. Bye.